Hi, this is me Steve. What you see here is me showing you what happened to me a few weeks ago. It was really curious. So, I was walking in the woods looking for mushrooms when I came over this big deep hole in the ground. Next to me was a ladder down to the bottom. It sure was deep, but I decided to climb down. And so I did. I looked around when something caught my sight. Something that looked like an entrance to a temple of some sort, but I couldn't explain what it led to. I walked down the stairs that led to it, and stood there and waited for a second or two before I went inside. The hallway was dark and long. In the very end of the hallway, I came into a room with a sacred look. Not big, but special to look at. At the bottom of the stairs, there were some windows. I went down to take a closer look, and I couldn't understand what I was looking at. A weird type of egg lied inside a little room behind the windows. 3 of them as well. Not the type I've ever seen of or heard of. I turned around and got attention to the port over there, but it was blocked by some stones of a sort I've never seen either. It looked abandoned. Next to it was a switch. I tried to pull it, and to my surprise, the door opened itself. So, I entered. Inside was only a wall blocking the way, but all of a sudden, when I was staring at it, it vanished right in front of my eyes. The corridor behind it was dark, and I couldn't see much. I heard a little noisy sound right behind my back. I turned around slowly and could see that the door somehow had closed itself. I turned back around and took a look at the hallway. I stood there for some seconds before I walked in. The room at the end of the hallway was light and small, but all around the floor lied blood of an unknown creature. In the middle lay the same kind of egg I had seen earlier. I wondered who might have placed it there and who it belonged to. But I took it with me. I wanted to do some research on it. So I grabbed it. I also grabbed some of the blood to see if I could perform a DNA test. I went back out, excited and confused at the same time. And to my surprise, the door had opened again. I returned to my little home, where I started doing research. After a long time, I found the solution. The blood belonged to a creature called the Ender Dragon, which lives in the end, a place I had never heard of. And the egg had the same DNA as the blood, which meant that the egg belonged to the Ender Dragon. It was probably fighting with someone or something to protect her eggs, and most likely came into our world and place them in that cave. I went outside to my garden, bringing the egg with me. I found a good, soft and warm spot for the egg to be. So, I placed it here, in the hope for the egg to hatch after a while. So, I just returned to my house for the night. What was hiding inside this egg? Why now? And how did the dragon enter our world? I woke up the next morning, early. I looked through the window to make sure the sun had rised. I went outdoors to check how the egg was doing. I knew something had happened. But when I came there, the egg was missing. Had it hatched? Or had someone taken it? I was confused until I saw it on the top of the grassy hill. The creature. It had hatched from the egg. And before I could say anything, it was vanished. I heard a sound next to me. And he stood there with a grass block in his hands. His and my eyes met, and he teleported once again. Was he afraid of me? This thing, is this how the Ender Dragon looks? I stood there, thinking deep thoughts, trying to understand. Focused my mind. When I saw something that made me lose focus. The whole woods was filled with ender creatures. There they were, walking around. I looked up on the hill. And there, ender creatures popping out of nowhere. And vanished before I could see them clearly. Was it really this many eggs around? Or is it something else? Where do they all come from, these strange creatures? What is the solution? I kind of feel like I'm their father. I mean, I hatched the first egg. A name. This creature. Does it have a name? I think I'll call him after his mother. I think I'll call him something like Endermen.